19th video on Python. In this video, we will explore how to create line plots in Python. So for this particular video and this notebook, I have used stock price, Reliance stock price, and I've used that to create those line chart. So let's start with importing the libraries. So these are the standard libraries that we are importing right now: pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. And we are also importing this y finance library, and this will give us the stock price from Yahoo Finance. So here I am downloading the data of Reliance from 1st of January 2020 to 1st of November 2024. Now if you see, the data is in this format, but date is the index column, and then we have open, high, close, adjusted close, volume. Those kind of fields are available here. And in the tail you can see it's the data is available till 31st of uh, October. Here it is available. And now because this date is already in index, we can easily create a line plot using one line of code using pandas. So here I'm just selecting this column open, and then I've written this dot plot. So with this it automatically creates a line plot, and you can observe from this line chart that the stock price has appreciated from 20 lows of 2020 to right now it's around 3 times. Okay, now you can do modifications as well to this particular plot using matplotlib. So let's get into that. So using matplotlib library, you can add title, label, y label, and many other things as well, which we have discussed in other videos as well. But yeah, we'll focus on a few things here. So again, before even plotting, I am specifying the figure size, which is 14:7. So it looks nice because it's a wider plot but the height is small. And then this line actually adds the line plot. So I have mentioned plt.plot df close. So I am selecting that particular column, and label also I have mentioned that close price, so that when I am showing this plt.legend, this close price will appear here. Okay, and the title is single line plot Reliance stock price. X label is mentioned as date and Y label is mentioned as price. You can even change it to close price if you want to specify whether it is a close price or open price. Like that, you can change it in X label, Y label as well. Okay, so if you see, this is how the plot look like. Now if you have to plot two different lines, so this is one line, one particular characteristics, or just the closing price is plotted here. If you have to plot two different lines, how can you do that? So let's explore that. So now I'll be plotting two different lines. So for that, I'm not selected open and close both, because it would be too overlapping. So here I'm adding a rolling mean. So rolling mean is like there's a window of say 50 days here in this particular case, and for all those 50 days, whatever is the mean price, mean close price, because we have selected the close column, that price will be the rolling 50 days moving average price for that particular day. Okay, so from the present date it goes back 50 days, and all the prices in that particular window, it will get a mean of that, and that would be the MA50 price for that particular day. So this is how it is calculated here. So df MA50, I've added a new column, is df close roll dot rolling window equal to 50, and then mean. So this window you can take anything, and here also based on the requirement you can change it to mean or something, some other stats as well. So again, while plotting, I will specify the figure size, and now two lines of code are here to add two different lines to the chart. So one is close price and the label is close price. Another one is MA50 and the label is 50-day moving average. Okay, and the title is multiple line plots, date, price. These are quite common. So if you observe in this particular plot, you have close price and you have 50-day moving average. And you see 50-day moving average starts around 50 later. So after 50 days it will start, because only after 50 days it will have records for 50 days, and then it will be able to get the average for those many days. So it starts around 50 days later from the normal price. And you see this is kind of a smoothing line, so there are a lot of variations in the normal price, but in this moving average it's kind of smooth. Okay, now you can also modify the line style, you can specify the colors, so those kind of things you can do to your line chart. So let's see how we can do that. So again, I have calculated another moving average MA100, and then I'll be using all these three. So I have a close price, MA50 price, MA100 price, and this part actually gives me the color as well as the type of plot. So the color here would be red and it is a dashed line. The color here would be blue and it is a dash dot line. And the color here would be green and it would be a normal line. So if you see, this red dash line is close price. Blue dash dot line is 50 days moving average, while normal green line is actually 100 days moving average. So you see, this is started here on 1st of January 2020, but it started 50 days later, and this one started 100 days later. 100 days later to this point. So now we have three different lines here in this line chart. Okay. Now if you want to highlight a few important things on the line chart, if you want to maybe highlight the highest point or the maximum price, so those kind of details if you want to highlight, so let's see how we can do that. So the earlier few lines of codes are quite simple, which we have discussed earlier. So we are adding three lines, close MA50, in fact two lines here, close MA50, and then the title is plot with annotations for open and close price. And now we are adding text labels here. So first of all, first I am adding highest close price. So if you see, this is annotate function here. Okay, and this is the label that I want to add, but where do I want to add, that is decided by this. So XY, so X and Y coordinates are this df close dot id max, wherever is this close price is maximum, and what is the maximum value. So X will give me a date and Y will give me a value at that particular point, and text where I'm adding is this plus 10. So not exactly at that point, I'm adding a bit above. Okay, and then there is a arrow which is mentioned by this arrow props. The color is black, shrink 0.05. So this way again similar line of code is here as well for highest 50 days moving average, and here I have just changed it to red. So you see these two labels are added here. So this is the point where we have the highest closing price, and this is the point where we have the highest 50 days moving average. So this way you can add some text as well, highlighting something important on the line chart. You can add something like that. Okay, and then finally you want to save the plot. So with all these lines of code, if you just add one more plot plt.savefig, you mention the name of the file and .png, so it will save the file as .png in your workspace. Okay, then let's talk about resampling. So now this stock price is at daily level, so you have daily price data, and then you want to actually change it to maybe weekly level or monthly level. If you want to do that, how can you do that? So for that we'll need to do a resampling. So with this daily price data, we'll resample it to weekly level, we can resample it to semi-monthly level, and we can resample it to monthly level, quarterly level as well. But yeah, we'll not do it at quarterly level because there would be very few points. But yeah, we'll see for all these cases. So to resample it to weekly data, what you can do is that again, the data that you have dot resample, so you have to use this resample function and you have to mention w to resample it to weekly level. But then all these values, all these columns which you have in the data set, open, high, low, close, adjusted close, volume, how do you want to aggregate? That also you need to mention. So open, I want to take the first value, high, I want to take the maximum value, because again, open for a week should be the first only, so it's first. High is the maximum of for that particular week. Close is the low is the minimum for that week. Close is the last value for that week, and then adjusted close is again the last, and volume would be the sum. So if there are say 5 or 7 days, generally it would be 5 Monday to Friday, those many days in a week. So sum of all those values would be the weekly volume. So that's why for volume it is sum. So this way you will have a weekly data. So you will only have weeks there, and this rest of the field would be summarized based on the this mentioned here, based on the combination mentioned here. So we have a column name combination and the function that we want to use. Similarly, if you want to resample it at semi-weekly, semi-monthly level, so for that again you have to just mention sm here and the rest of the things remain the same. At monthly level you have to just mention m here and the rest of the things remain the same. So I'm creating a plot where I have 4 different rows. So I'll add actually 4 different plots, one below the another here, and the figure size is 1218 here. Okay. So daily chart, this is how I am plotting. So X label, Y label, title, these are mentioned, legend as well. Again, weekly chart, monthly chart, semi-monthly chart and monthly chart. So if I plot this all, you see this is how it looks like. So this is how the daily chart looks like, daily close price. This is how the weekly close price looks like. So there is a bit less variation in the weekly close prices. Semi-monthly, there would be further less variation in the semi-monthly, and in the monthly the variation would be very less. But yeah, the number of data points reduces, but it gives us a kind of a smoothing picture. Okay, so it's used in stock analysis. You look at the daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. So that's why I've just mentioned it here, how you can resample the cases. So I hope you find this video useful. Do subscribe my channel, like the video. See you in the next video.